Well, what we're really going for with the interface to PlayStation 3 is something that's powerful but simple to use. So this one, we think it's very clear what you're supposed to do to navigate it. If anyone's used the PSP before, they might be familiar with the cross-media bar, but this is a definitely expanded version of the cross-media bar. So we have this kind of user concept where you actually log in as a certain user. And right now I only have one user on the system, so I'm automatically logged in right now. Then there's the settings, and there's lots of different settings for this device. I'm not going to go into all the settings, but probably some of the key ones are display. Right now we're displaying 1080p on this monitor. We could also display 720p or 480p, or right now I'm hooked through HDMI. You can go through component or composite connections. Then just like PSP, there's a kind of a photo, a music, and a video, and a game, and network. There's all these different kind of categories, they're called, and you can go into the category and see some images that I have here. I'll give you an example of an image here. I can make a slideshow, and there's lots of different formats of slideshow. So you can have this kind of traditional slideshow where it goes through and it just goes from image to image. And we have some kind of variations on the theme, which is it's just kind of a unique one that we have. That is more like the idea is like you've laid all your photos out on the table and you just want to look at them. And you can see I can kind of just photos get stopped onto the table. You do this kind of 3D feeling of the photos. One of the settings that we have here is the music setting is I can import my CD onto the hard drive. And you can pick your CD import settings. So you can pick which format you want to import. I'll pick, let's see, MP3 for example, and then you can pick your bit rate that you want to import at. So here I'm going to import this CD, and it's going to start, it'll just start spinning up the CD and reading it and then start importing the tracks. So here I'm playing the music. It's got a visualizer. You can cycle through. There's a few different kind of visualizers. I can break out of this, and then I can start my slideshow again. And so I can leave the music running while the slideshow's running. So already, just just from the menu system, you can get some photos on the screen and some music playing, and then just at a party, you can just do that much with it and already be up and running without really any complication. One of the most exciting areas, I think, is the video area. Actually, we talk a lot about the cell processor when we talk about the PS3, and this kind of shows the cell processor in action. Actually, all these different movies are being decompressed live, and you can see the different thumbnails actually all streaming the movie, and then the audio from whichever one is highlighted is the audio you hear. So right now on the video side, we support MPEG-1, MPEG-2, and the flavor of MPEG-4 that's kind of on the PSP already, the AVC codec that's on PSP. And then for music, you saw we supported AAC and MP3 and A-Track. And then for photos, actually it's kind of hard to find a photo format that isn't supported. I tried. So it supports BMP, JPEG, GIF, let's see, it supports PPM, PNG, lots of different formats that people probably don't even know. So. And then we have a network. We have a browser, and I'll actually just enter the browser. I have us connected to the network here, and I can go over here and I can pick, let's see, I'll pick this one here. So I just changed websites. I actually have a bunch of bookmarks already stored here. Let me pick one of them. Here's the Google web page. So just showing the browser. And if I zoom out, you can see these are the 3 different browsers I have open. And I can actually just switch to that one very quickly, and I can see just by clicking what all I have open and switch between them. Also, if I do pick, let's see, I'll pick that website, and then I can kind of expand and have it fill the screen. And the text input we use for the browser currently is kind of similar to the PSP web browser. So, and also, in conjunction with that, if you were going to do some serious text input, lots and lots of text input, you could plug a keyboard into it, a USB keyboard into the foot. So another thing that's kind of neat is we have this idea of a PlayStation Store that's built into the network choice. And then finally, we have a friends list kind of idea where you can have your friends that you can chat with. You can do audio chat or video chat or text chat with your friends. And you can also hook up to your friends to play a game online. There's different kinds of PSP. There's just the idea of plugging your PSP in and seeing the content that's on your PSP. And then there's also the idea of using your PSP in a game as part of a remote kind of play capability. So there's two different things. So it's possible for a game to actually leverage the PSP as a personal screen that you hold in your hand and you have personal information. So that's what the remote play idea is. My name is Richard Marks, and I was just showing you a quick overview of the PlayStation 3 user interface capabilities.